Hello everyone, Carlos Flores, back on basics. So, before we begin this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel at Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so you can get notified of any new videos that come on board. If you have a topic, if you have feedback, if you have any suggestions, if you want me to give you my take on anything, put it in the comment section, and I'll be more than happy to help you. If you want to connect with me on other social media outlets, by all means, I'm more than happy to do so. So, the main thing that you're going to see on all my social media outlets is that you're going to see my picture. That's going to be my profile picture. It's going to be my face. Of course, it's going to be, my head's going to be a little bit more shaven, and my beard. So, on Facebook, you can type in Carlos Flores Jr. and search for me. On Instagram and on X, you can type in at Back on Basics. And on Threads, you can actually type in at Back on Basics or just Back on Basics. So, today let's talk about for people. Having compassion. Being there for people means that you're at a point where you're okay and you're willing to help somebody out, or you're willing to show compassion to people. Being there for somebody also means that your tank is empty. You're dealing with so many demons, but you're still willing to help people out. And so there's a lot of different ways that you can show compassion. I'm just telling you, just be mindful of people all around you. There's a lot of people that don't, and the thing is that people don't realize that, some of us may be going through stuff. Some of us may be dealing with stress. Some of us may be trying to get through and move forward towards a goal. Some of us may just need some time. Just to kind of regroup, realize what to do, talk to your support system, and then move forward. I mean, there's so many different ways to show compassion, right? Compassion is just being there. You know what? As a therapist, the best way that I showed compassion were twofold. The first one is to be silent and just listen. Because sometimes, we just want to talk and talk, even though the other person needs to talk the most. Just stay silent and listen. The second one is, excuse me, it's called reflective listening. It's just validating somebody that you are listening to what they're saying. You are, by saying, I agree with what you said, da 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 da, and you kind of summarize what you've heard, because you know what? That gives people motivation. They're like, oh my goodness, this person is listening to me because they're summarizing what I just said. They're not just looking through me. They're looking at me, and they're giving me their attention, and they're summarizing what I just said. It's amazing. Human beings and human nature, it's amazing. We can have the highs of the highs and the lows of the lows, but still need somebody to show us compassion, but still somebody show us to just sit there with us. And again, right? A lot of the times, doesn't have to be any talking. All you have to do is just sit there. Why? Because you're there, right? What you're doing is saying, you are the most important person here right next to me, or here in front of me right now, that I'm willing to stop everything so that way I can listen. So that way I can just sit here. So that way we can sit here. Because you know what? Again, right? You don't know where people are going through. I mean, look at me, right? I'm telling you, it's like the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? And it's interesting because even for me, that I talk to you about this, that I talk to you about different topics, that I see things from different perspectives, I go through the same thing. Remember what I've said. I'm in this journey with you. I'm in this journey with you. That's the reason why I tell you that you can connect with me in the comment section. That's the reason why I tell you that you can connect with me on Facebook, on Instagram, on X, on Threads, because sometimes you just need somebody that your mind can actually focus when it knows that somebody's there for you. And if you need validation, do that. Somebody's there for you. Remember, I wouldn't be doing these videos just for me. Actually, there is one, remember, I've said this before in other videos, right? And that's one of the things that, shoot, I'm getting a little bit teary. Before my dad passed and he was sick with cancer, I realized that, and even before that, even before he started all of it, I think he had cancer already, but by that time it wasn't diagnosed. I realized that I need to leave something. I need to leave a legacy so that way my kids are, and if they choose to have grandkids, or my family, or siblings or significant others can actually turn on the YouTube channel and say, this person sounded like this and looked like this and talked about this. I want a virtual diary. And I've told stories before, and I've done that before, and I'm going to come back and tell some more stories. But I wanted to make sure that we went through some of the back on basics, life balance topics, so that way you knew that you and I are in similar journeys. We're unique, and I've said that before. How many times do I say that we're unique? We're unique because we have similar characteristics. We have similar ways of thinking. We have similar ways of seeing things. But you know what? Our life experiences and the way that we have been raised, the way that we have not been raised, it just changes us. It makes us unique. And I want to make sure that we all celebrate our uniqueness. What's a better way to do that than having compassion for people? You've seen it, ladies and gentlemen, and I know that you have done it before. You see somebody just freaking out. You see somebody in tears. You see somebody that it's quiet, but you know that facial expression, like things are not going the right way. And then you go up to them and say, "You all right?" Because remember, right? We're all here for you. And it's an amazing thing. Human connectiveness. If somebody realizes that they have somebody that they can connect with, regardless of how, they will fight a little bit longer. They will move a little bit further. They will compound these victories a little bit higher. We don't want anybody to lose hope. And I'm just telling you, we don't want anybody to lose hope. Sometimes I'm like a yo-yo. I go up and down. I'm being very open and honest because I want you to realize that compassion is a huge thing. Is that it's kind of like our superpower that we can show others. If there's no compassion, then what the heck are we living here for? Because if we don't have compassion, then it just means that it's all about us. It's all about selfishness. But remember, going back to as far as you can remember, there has been so many people that have helped, that have said something, that have given you a look, that have given you a hug, that have given you condolences. I mean, it's amazing how strangers can feel that energy and show you compassion. I mean, it's amazing. So I want you to realize that for one person that's having the greatest day of their lives, there's also another person that is not. And it doesn't mean that we're going to help everybody unless you want to do that. But it just means that we're going to validate. We're going to say, have a good day. You're going to smile. You're going to reciprocate something that they did, or if they said something to you, you're going to listen and you're going to say back to them and summarize. Critical speaking, critical thinking. Remember, right? And then remember this. Psychology is very interesting because at that point, based on the videos that I've done for you all these times, you know that they're in the negative. My goodness. And as much as they process, they can't get through. That's when you need somebody to be there for you. That's what you need, somebody to be there and just listen. Just be there. Just pray with them. Just follow the things that will make them whole again. I'm not saying that they have an emptiness or anything. It's just, it's just balancing them, helping them balance out. I am more than happy to do so. I love doing that. Why am I doing these videos? Why are these videos going to be free? Why every single time, right? I tell you about subscribing, about joining me on social media outlets, about comments, about private messaging me, any questions. I mean, it's amazing the things that happen to make us human beings. So again, compassion. Compassion. You don't have to do much sometimes. You just have to be there for them. You just have to sit there. But remember, some of these people are going through, I mean, honestly, some of these people are going through hell. Some of these people are right at the edge when they're about to give up. You don't want to do that. You don't want them to do that. It's hard. It's hard. And if you have somebody that, it's way to the extreme, what I want you to tell them is, I want you to say, there's an organization, nonprofit organization, and named NAMI, NAMI.org. I'm going to put it on here, NAMI.org. They have people to listen to you. They actually have a text line, and I believe it's 888. If I'm not mistaken, I will put the text number up here right next to NAMI and the text number. It is something that if you need it, you use it. I'm so prideful that sometimes I have to remind myself that I'm a human being, that I have emotions, that I have ups and downs. Remember, you and I are in this journey together, right? And so let's help each other out. Let's help other people out. If you could pass these videos on to other people, tell them to subscribe, tell them to go back to the other videos, tell them to suggest any topics that I can do. I'll be more than happy to do so. Believe me, these things actually motivate me. I laugh like crazy whenever I do these videos because I'm so happy because I'm helping somebody. I'm helping you. I'm helping to give you a different perspective so that way you can choose what you want to do in order for you to get to your goals, in order for you to be life balanced, in order for you to be in the present moment. So, show compassion. I love it. Compassion is like a drug to me because when I see somebody smile, even though they're not in the best of place, because I connect with them or I show them compassion or I just sit there. It's an amazing feeling because they also feel like somebody out of these millions of people in this world is willing to be there for them. So, subscribe to my YouTube channel at Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so that you can get notified of any new video. Remember, NAMI.org. And I believe the text is the helpline is 888. I will make sure and put it over here throughout the video. So that way you'll be able to do so. Till next time, Back on Basics.